Welcome to the Off Label Podcast, your twice weekly dose of sanity in an insane world. Look, we got to talk about Rep Ratchet again. She embarrassed herself and this entire country going off on a racist rant to Scott Jennings, and she was going off about something that Scott Jennings wasn't even talking about. It was incredibly stupid for her to do this, but she just can't stop. She can't hold it back. She's just got to say something as a black woman, right? Jesus Christ. Apparently there was an Ohio cop that had her kids taken away from her because she was accused of leaving them with a registered offender. And when they took the phone away from her, apparently they were sharing explicit photos of her all over the place too. We'll take a look at that too. I just caught that and thought that'd be interesting to actually learn about, talk about, and have some fun with. And yeah, there's also what was that? I forgot what the oh yeah, the EU Parliament has voted not to open investigations into the gang activity going over there in Europe there. And kind of a little bit disturbing that we're trending that way too. 159 Democrats voted against the Lake and Riley Act. Ladies and gentlemen, we got a fair bit to talk about tonight. Let's just go ahead and get started.
Hey kid, don't ever let them get inside your head. They'll tell you what to do in life instead of everything you know that you could get. Don't let them guide your life towards regret. I'll fight for what I love with every breath. My past is filled with things I won't forget. I use them all to push me to my best. So treat the worst of times just like a test. If only I could go back in time, I'd tell myself that everything will end up alright. Just push yourself, test yourself, figure out what you like, and find your limits, don't be rigid, always work towards a prime. Surround yourself with open minds, people can change your life. A few friends with intent can help you feel alive. Find a passion, take some action, and with a little time, just be patient, make a statement, try to enjoy your life. They'll try to kick you while you're down. They wanna rise up while you drown. They wanna fill your head with doubt. They're silently scared that you'll figure it out. I'll make it look like I'm losing. Won't bother hiding my bruises. And when they finally think you're wounded, then it's your chance to be ruthless. I'll make it look like I'm losing. Won't bother hiding my bruises. And when they finally think you're wounded, then it's your chance to be ruthless.
He's gonna come sit by you.
That's crazy.
Try to pet him.
No, that one got the big ass beak on him. Fuck you.
That right there is my fucking spirit animal, ladies and gentlemen. We may have some people popping in and out here tonight. Davey's out. I'm just going to go this alone. Look, I wanted to do this. I saw this and I came across this and I just have to do this. Like this woman, I can't stand this shit. I can't stand Representative Ratchet. Every hearing, damn near every word that comes out of her mouth is something about race or sex or Orange Man bad. Like you've got no better arguments than this, and this is how you've made your way into government. This is gonna piss me off, ladies and gentlemen. But before we get into that, I gotta say hi. How's it going, Carolyn? We got Stacey Milliken in the house. Of course, we got Muffin Rando with us. Don. Let's see. I know we got some others here. Don't mind me's here as well. We got Michael. Michael Stetson's in the house with us. And did I catch you? Anybody talking? Yeah, that's it. But okay, let's get back here. Where is Louis? I don't know. Let me pop out this one too. Make sure I get everything set up before we get into this. Okay. So, hide the comment there. I want to bring it to this. All right. A racist congresswoman attacked Scott Jennings for saying the color of your skin shouldn't matter to become a firefighter. That racist congresswoman is Jasmine Crockett.
On real people's lives. And they signal priorities because also in California, you might have recall a news story from last year. There was some interest in the fire departments and the firefighters in California. And the interest was that there were too many white men who were firefighters. And we need to have a program in California to make sure we don't have enough white men as firefighters. So we have.
I did say hi to you. No, I didn't. Hi.
And yet I'm wondering now if your house.
I want y'all to understand that. Like, as soon as he started to try to make a point.
Recall a news story from last year. There was some interest in the fire departments and the firefighters in California. And the interest was that there were too many white men who were firefighters. And we need to have a program in California to make sure we don't have enough white men as firefighters. So we have.
Before he could make his point, every single black woman, every single black person, but they're all women, every single black woman immediately started to chime in because he was going to say, hey, this is a problem because now you have a shortage in your fire department because you don't want to hire white men. And race shouldn't play a factor in being a firefighter. But this is how it goes, ladies and gentlemen.
So we have BDI, we have budget cuts, and yet I'm wondering now if your house was burning down, how much do you care what color the firefighters are?
You can respond and then
Listen, I am so tired. You know what? There was an article that just came out that said that actually the most educated demographic in this country right now is black women.
Yeah, what you don't actually say is that's black women above black men. Yeah, black women are more apt to go out and get higher degrees of learning than black men are. Not black women are the most educated across the world. That's fucking dumb. Literally, just looking at the population, the size of the country and everything like that, you'd think whites have it? No, they actually don't. It's the Indian and Asian population here in this country that are the most educated, you dumb bitch. Not black women. Black women are more likely to have a higher education than black men. That's the article you were fucking referencing. But okay.
So let me be clear. Because you are a woman, or because I know that some of the right has been sharing these photos of the fact that I believe that the fire chief may be a woman or something, that has nothing to do with it. We are looking at qualifications. What diversity, equity, and inclusion has always been about is saying, you know what? Open this up. Don't just look at the white men. Open it up and recognize that other people can be qualified.
Hold up. Hold the fuck up. So let me ask you a question. Following pure logic here, let's say you don't know, anybody doesn't know anything about this shit, okay? You have a fire department that is well-staffed enough to handle things like, I don't know, wildfires. Okay? Bring it back to this. Well-staffed enough to handle things like wildfires. Okay? And then you want to start screaming about how you're oppressed because of the color of your skin, and every white person's evil just by the fact that they were born white. To the whole fact that it gets into every part of our government. And now you don't want to hire white people to replace the black and white people that have left the fire department. You just want to hire the black people that don't want to be firefighters. And now you have a staff shortage. Bitch. We opened the door to everybody a long fucking time ago. Just in situations like that, in areas like that, it may happen to be that white people want to be firefighters more than any other demographic. You ever thought about that? No? No, so I guess we got to force people into that. Like, You forced your way into politics where you stay stoned every goddamn committee hearing. Now, I ain't got nothing against fucking weed. I ain't got nothing against smoking it. But I don't want you making the laws or being involved in the process of making the laws that tell me how to live my life when you're stoned out of your fucking mind. Especially live on TV. I can play that. I can bring that up where you were stoned out of your head 4 different fucking times. And I can prove it. I think we should actually drug test you. You want to go that route? Fine. Let's go that route. I think we should drug test them all, actually. I mean, we found cocaine in the White House, cocaine in the Secret Service office. We found cocaine in the FBI building. We found, where was that? There was multiple fucking bags of weed that we found in the White House. Test them all. But anyway, let's go back to this.
And the fact that we want to, at a time when people are dying, decide that a country of immigrants is failing or people are dying because the same very people that built this country, because the last time I checked, y'all didn't say that anything was wrong with the White House. And I can promise you, it was my ancestors that built the White House. So listen, if we have been good enough to build this country, we are good enough to serve and die overseas. We are good enough to serve in other ways. And the fact that people actually decide that they want to engage in public service, whether it's sitting in Congress or whether it's serving on the fire department or the police department, should not be an issue. The fact is, stop trying to act as if only white men are the ones that are capable. Because right now you're sitting at a table with 3 very capable Black women.
I'm not. I'm just.
I want you to take a look at her face. She wants to punch him. She wants to punch him. You stupid, retarded motherfucker. There is a shortage of the fire department because they won't hire white people. You retarded fucking bitch. All he was saying is, hey, if you would actually hire white people, you could have a good staffed area. But you don't want to hire white people. Now you have a shortage of staff. Why? Because, hey, Black people didn't want to pick up that slack. Now, did they? You want to take it to that route? Let's take it to that route. You're incredibly fucking racist, and you do not need to sit in the calls of Congress. And I can call out at least 10 more of you motherfuckers the same goddamn way. You should not be making the laws that tell me how to live my life when everything, every single thing that comes out of your mouth is about race, and that's it. I can understand if that was the actual argument at hand, but he was saying, bitch, you don't want to hire white people. You have a staffing shortage. That means that Black people ain't picking up that fucking weight now, doesn't it? Which means you have to go back to hiring white people so you don't have a firefighter shortage, especially when fires are breaking out all over the place. God damn it. I'm so fucking tired of her.
Simply saying that as a matter of public policy in California, the main interest in the fire department.
The main interest in the fire department should not be picking people based off skin color. And I fucking agree. This bitch needs to disappear from public eye. She needs to be gone. Get the hell out of Congress. Don't put yourself in front of a camera again. You're a disgusting ass human being. There's no reason you need to be sitting there live on fucking TV when he is agreeing with you that skin color shouldn't matter, but you made it about skin color a long time ago when you stopped trying to hire white people. Just like Adam Carolla here.
7 years, I got a letter.
Oh, let me rewind.
Geez, I want to talk about my white privilege so badly. I graduated North Hollywood High with a 1.7 GPA. I could not find a job. I walked to a fire station in North Hollywood. I was 19. I was living in the garage of my family home. My mom was on welfare and food stamps. And I said, can I get a job as a fireman? And they said, no, because you're not Black, Hispanic, or a woman. We'll see you in about 7 years. And I went to a construction site and dug ditches and picked up garbage for the next 7 years. I got a letter in the mail sent to my father's house saying, your time has come to do the written exam for the LA Fire Department. I took it and I was standing in line and I had a young woman of color standing behind me in line. And I said, just out of curiosity, when did you sign up to become a fireman? Because I did it, or a person, 7 years ago. And she said, Wednesday. That is an example of my white privilege. It's
So you're going to sit there and tell me that this man had to wait 7 years because he's white? Meanwhile, there was somebody there that said, hey, when did you take your test? When did you get your notification? Wednesday. Just a couple of days ago. Don't you think that's a fucking problem? I mean, that is every bit fucking racist as you claim hating on black people is. White people have to wait 7 fucking years. Black people, hey, you start tomorrow. Oh, goddamn. I swear to God, this is not even the dumbest shit that comes from even our representatives. It's not. It is not. But I do want to bring this to your fucking attention, ladies and gentlemen. You gotta love this. You gotta love this. It's not illegals that are committing all these crimes and raping women and killing people and robbing your shit blind, taking over your apartments. It's not illegals, ladies and gentlemen. It's white supremacist MAGA. Now, this was earlier this year.
He said that we've
Or
got
last
these
year.
cities and these towns that are being overrun by gangs and the crime out of control. I absolutely agree with that. And guess what? It's the MAGA gang. It is the white supremacists that have decided to descend upon places such as Springfield, Ohio. So I agree with him. I just disagree with who the problems are. The problems are him and his minions. The problems aren't the people that have come to make our economy stronger, the people that have actually been able to help to continue to make sure that we got out of the big hole that he put us in after COVID-19 with his ineptness. Like, yeah, I agree that there are problems in our communities, but usually it's some white supremacists on the other side. He's
Alexander Soros. But on Twitter, I'm so heartbroken at the devastation that's continuously inflicted upon our country, the world, and elected leaders like yourself. Okay, here we go. Here we go. In the world and elected leaders are ignorant. Ma'am. Okay, let's play grammar Nazi real quick. I'm so heartbroken at the devastation that's continuously afflicted upon our country. Period. The world, new sentence, and elected leaders, in quotes, you got that one, are ignorant, impotent, or just incompetent to doing the smart thing, which is acknowledge that climate change is real and start to solve it. California, stay safe. First responders, we thank you for your selflessness. I join the chorus of prayers for all, but as an elected, I want to actually work. Hey, California. It's not the mismanagement of your forests. It's not the mismanagement of your water. It's not the mismanagement of your tax dollars. You know why these fires are happening, ladies and gentlemen? Climate change. It's not the fact that there is actually reports about people actually going and starting fires in areas. No, it's climate change. That's it. Representative Ratchet, ladies and gentlemen. But we're not done. We're not done. Where is it? Here we go. Representative Jasmine Crockett, the Democrat from Texas, plans to skip Donald Trump's inauguration on Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Day, decrying Donald Trump as tearing down the legacy of Dr. King. Wait a minute. I'm sorry. Isn't Martin Luther King known for saying, I have a dream that one day you'll be judged by the content of your character instead of the color of your skin? Yet your entire argument for everything in life since you've been in the public eye, supposedly doing pro bono work for BLM, but as soon as you got into office, somehow you're worth $9 million fucking dollars. Why is it always skin color with you for every goddamn thing? Because Martin Luther King said, "Judge by the color of the content of the character, not of the color of skin." Yet, every goddamn time you open your fucking mouth, you're judging off the color of skin and crying about how you're treated badly because of the color of your skin. You're tearing down Martin Luther King's legacy, you retarded bitch. Do you not understand that? No, you don't. Why? Well, as a black woman, you want special privileges over any other fucking race. Black supremacy. It's reached the highest halls of government. We've only gotten rid of a few of them. You got about 10 more to go, ladies and gentlemen, and I can point them all out for you. Especially in the House. But then you got people like Mehdi Hassan. Because of all this shit going on, this motherfucker's literally saying, I see everyone on Twitter overnight has become an expert on fire hydrants and the history of California water management practices. Oh. What this is, this is Mehdi Hassan crying like a little bitch that he can't get away. Oh, Davey's here. This is Mehdi Hassan crying like a little bitch that he cannot get away with lying to your face on the Young Turks. Oh, look at the babies.
I just figured I'd stop in and say hi.
Hey, look at the babies.
Hey.
Look at her. Aw.
What's Mehdi Hassan doing right now?
He's raging out over the fact that everyone on Twitter overnight became an expert on fire hydrants and the history of California water management practices because they've been like, hey, the fire hydrants aren't working. There's no water. Hey, they mismanaged everything. And he's like, oh, everybody's an expert now. Why? Because, you can't lie to them.
I mean, the New York fire hydrants have worked for fucking years without a problem. Everybody's been going through fire hydrants, turning them on and
just to
fucking,
beat the heat.
Yeah, but it's California's different. Yeah, we know why California's different.
Yeah, they mismanaged everything.
California's a desert and fucking has their water imported. So it is different, but don't let good facts interfere with your vagina. Dude, it's been all day. Dude. I've been watching videos about stupid people like all of a sudden and people like, oh no, Trump's worried about making everything political, and then like Gavin Newsom has done nothing but make it political. Like, yeah, I know she's getting so big. Gavin Newsom's like, Joe Biden has hi Stacey, has given us everything we need. And then it's like, wait, how about before you needed what you need?
I
How about
mean, if you had what you needed before this happened, it wouldn't have been so bad.
yeah? How about people going? How about there's commercials about DEI about hey, wouldn't you like somebody who rescued you that looked like you?
Right?
I don't give a fuck what you look like. I care about as long as you get me and my family out of a fire.
Right.
I don't give a shit. If I don't care if you were a 4'2", 100-pound woman, if you could pick me up and my family up and take us out of a fire, yeah, I know, right?
Right.
Then we're good. But if you
Right.
can't, you don't deserve the fucking job.
Right. I mean, you can break down a door, cool. You can, direct. You can do other things than try to pick up a body. But if you're the only one there, you need to be able to do something,
Yeah.
Not call for somebody else and wait. But yeah, I get your point with that. It doesn't matter what kind of skin color, as long as if I'm passed the fuck out, you can throw me over your shoulder and walk me the fuck out. No
Did you
matter what
play
size I am.
Did you play the clip of Jasmine Crockett already?
Which one? Oh, yeah. That was at the very beginning.
Ugh. Where on CNN where she just avoids the whole fucking thing, and no matter what, like she's just like, there's a lot of educated black women who gives a shit. I don't care how educated you are.
What up, Tony? Hey. No, that was part of the whole thing. Like he was trying to say, hey, look, they stopped hiring white people a long damn time ago. And now there's a shortage. She's just like, oh yeah, we built this country. And all he was doing was agreeing with you. He was just trying to say, hey, you got a shortage because white people are not being hired, which
By
is
the way,
racist.
when was this White House built again? Because
Oh, the one in DC or the one in
the one in
Philadelphia?
the one in DC, because
That was
uh
after.
this was the new one. This one in DC, I think, was built in the 40s or the 50s, and she's like, yeah, no, black people built this one. I'm like,
No. Black people built the one in Philadelphia that
yeah,
burnt during the
yeah,
Civil War.
yeah,
All right.
yeah,
You burnt down the same shit you built. All right.
yeah. So it's so stupid,
Kidding. I'm sorry.
but
Fuck it.
it's like people just, they try to make these stupid fucking points that don't make. Yeah, I know they're stupid. Did you just say the N word? Sorry.
Our starting video was of that crow.
All right. Hold on.
I prefer saltine. But yeah, like it's still this shit. Again, climate change isn't real. Climate change isn't real. Climate change isn't real. Climate change isn't real. Meanwhile, this is Los Angeles.
No, but remember when it was global
I'm sorry.
warming?
Hold
Remember
on.
when it was global warming, and now it turned into climate change?
Oh yeah. I'm sorry though. Hold on. Does anybody notice that fire hose in his hand is completely flat? There's no water in it. How is he going to fight that fire? The flames engulf home and scorch cars as people flee the Pacific Palisades. Now, let's be honest. If there's nothing coming out of the fire hydrants, this is actually hooked up to a truck that's only got about 500 gallons. And that 500 gallons ain't going to do shit to that fire. Look how bad that is. That is putting out fucking heat. That is glowing in the middle.
Well, that was another
That
thing
ain't doing shit.
They were talking about how because of the winds, they couldn't get those those planes with water and whatever that was.
Right.
Because it's not, the fact that we didn't have enough to prepare. It was the fact that, oh well, the winds did it.
Right.
It had nothing else. It had nothing to do with anything else. And then she was like, and the fact that she was just like, no, we had money that was about to be sent to them, but it wasn't sent yet. Like,
never mind, the water reservoirs are fucking dry in the first goddamn place, right?
Yeah.
And what, for the past, 5, 6, 7 years or something like that, California has had multiple fucking wildfires every year.
Yeah.
I mean, I'd expect that coming. If it was something that was happening 1, 2, 3 times a fucking year, every year, constantly, keep them fucking towers full. I'm sorry if we have to pull back and ration our water supply because it's being hard to pump in there or they're going through a drought or whatever. Keep that shit full. I mean, goddamn.
But once again, it's this. Oh, we were gonna do this, we were gonna do that, but we didn't get a chance to because, it's just excuse after excuse. Where did all that money go? Where did all that money go? We talked about it Tuesday.
Yep.
We talked about it Tuesday. They allocated it to someplace else and was just like, well, this is where it's going.
Cargo ship carrying 45 tons of solar salt runs aground in Delaware. What? Hold up. Let me bring this over real quick, ladies and gentlemen.
Cargo ship is stuck in the Delaware River, not too far from the Ben Franklin Bridge. The ship is carrying 45,000 tons of solar salt, which it ran aground last. Well, Action News reporter Maggie Kent now live for us near the scene with the latest on the investigation. Maggie.
Shari, the Coast Guard is working with the Army Corps of Engineers, and they'll be using specialized technology to get down underwater and determine exactly why this ship ran aground. You know who else will have to get down underwater in these frigid cold temperatures? Divers. They are hired to get down there and see what exactly happened. So close, yet so far away, and now it's stuck. This 623-foot shipping boat ran aground just outside the main shipping channel in the Delaware River at 5:30 Wednesday night. It was smooth sailing for the ship with 30 crew members on board for more than 900 nautical miles from the Bahamas, destined for a port in Fairless Hills, Pennsylvania. As it was nearing its destination, investigators say it veered just slightly off course and ran aground. The Coast Guard responding. We spoke to Lieutenant Commander Patrick Frame.
We're looking for any signs of pollution in and around the vessel, which could include the cargo, which in this case happened to be solar salt.
On board is 45,000 tons of solar salt. It's often used as a water softener. So far, there haven't been any leaks detected of salt or fuel. The Army Corps of Engineers will use specialized technology to determine what is causing the stoppage.
To actually scan the bottom to identify if there's any hazards and to remove them immediately. And to prevent any further accidents.
Speaking of prevention, all ships are stopped from traveling the channel between the Ben Franklin Bridge and Tioga Marine Terminal, about 3.5 miles, until this boat can be moved. To do so, crews may have to unload and redistribute the weight on board.
Eventually lighten the ship and bring it to a safe lay berth.
Now, the Coast Guard is also warning ships that there is going to be abnormally low water, especially during low tide today. Of course, they don't want any issues happening again. This closure still in effect from the Ben Franklin Bridge up to the Tioga Marine Terminal as they work to get this ship unstuck. In Fishtown, Maggie Kent, Channel 6, Action News. Rick Shaw.
God damn, dude.
Listen,
Somebody's...
I might bring one of my mics up here and just plug it into my iPad and do the show from up here. Might be a little bit easier.
I mean, you got the baby right there.
Yeah, I know.
But yeah. Like, that's fine. Dude, if that water softener shit gets into the goddamn water there, 45,000 tons? Or 45 tons of that shit? Fuck me. Anyway, where were we with this one? Look, I want to go ahead and say this. I'm finding it very hard to control myself with things now. Like, this is dumb. This is straight up fucking dumb.
No.
Ooh, yeah.
You control your emotions? Never.
It's not even emotions. It's just like, it's actions now. I'm finding it very hard to control my actions and my mouth. And no, but I mean, USMC liberal on fucking X here. If Gavin Newsom is responsible for the fires in California, then Ron DeSantis is responsible for Hurricane Helene, along with the treasonous North Carolina GOP.
Hold on, I'll be right back.
Yes, you heard that right, and it clicked in your brain the correct way. If wildfires that could have been put out so it wouldn't cause a problem to rampage all over the fucking place and engulf LA, if Gavin Newsom couldn't have prevented that, then Ron DeSantis couldn't have prevented a fucking hurricane, ladies and gentlemen. And he's responsible for that devastation too. The entire GOP is responsible for North Carolina. I'm finding it very hard to control myself now, brother. This is the level of retardation we have come to in this country. He's trying to find his own words too, I guess. Yeah, you're finding it hard too now, huh?
When something that is 120 miles wide that is traveling 45, 50 miles an hour comes from out of the middle of nowhere and hits Florida, there is no police department, fire department, Coast Guard personnel, state trooper that can run to the beach and pull a hose out and go, "Oh, no, you don't. Stop, stop, stop."
All right, you good now?
Yeah, I was putting I put it on the iPad so that way it makes it a little easier.
Okay. Rick just had his brain broken immediately.
A hurricane. If California had an earthquake, I would not blame Governor Newsom for the earthquake. There's nothing he can do to mitigate those. When you let crap build up in the forest to the point that a mouse farts and it goes into 90-mile-an-hour winds, and then you don't have water in the tanks and reservoirs you need for the fire department to hook up to through the hydrant, put it out, I got a problem with that. That I will blame you for.
Yeah.
But it wasn't his fault, though. It was, you know, it was everybody else's fault that it didn't go the way it was supposed to go. They didn't know. They didn't know California gets, you know, so I saw an article or I saw a video about him getting rid of dams, and I didn't understand it. But like he got rid of a couple dams between them and Oregon because of the indigenous population supposedly wanted it gone. And I'm like, okay, what is
perfect what is basically a sardine?
Yeah.
Oh, it's gonna hit, Joe. It's gonna fucking hit. Somehow these wildfires are Trump's fault. It's gonna hit. I've already seen one.
Yeah, they've already blamed him because apparently when he was president, he took away something, but yet he was telling Gavin Newsom that they need to rake the forest, and then the media was going after him because they're like, oh, he doesn't know what he's talking about. They need to rake the forest. And then it turned out, yeah, that's what they need to do, but they can't do it because of some conservation shit.
Did you hear James Wood on Megyn Kelly's show today? This will piss you off. This is going to bake your bagel, Rich, if you haven't heard it. The reason his house burnt was not because of anything he'd done. Apparently, there is a law in California that if you're a property owner, you have to keep the brush on your property cut down and cleaned up.
Mm-hmm.
So He paid guys to rappel down this 1,000-foot cliff behind his house and clean all the brush and stuff off of it. It's illegal not to do it.
What up, Joe?
The people at the bottom of the hill didn't do it, and that's what caused all those flames to come up and get his house. But do you think they got in trouble for not doing it? So it's illegal for a private citizen not to clean up the deadfall in the brush.
Yeah, but they won't do it.
But it's also illegal for the state of California to do it to manage the forests.
Right.
Please have that make sense. Somebody explain it to me.
Joe, here's the thing. You're never going to keep it completely clean, but making sure that your entire forest bed is not covered in dead shit that can and will go up because you use that as kindling for your own fucking fires, you know? And then something happens, like maybe a lightning strike, or some dumbass flicks a cigarette at the window, or even worse, somebody goes into the forest and starts a fucking fire.
But
that shit goes up.
But I've seen a bunch of different videos, and I don't get it. Like,
you can mitigate the fact by lowering the amount in there so it's not covering the floor. I've been to California. I've seen it, brother. I know there are some places that actually do keep up with it, but there are a lot of places out there that do not.
Well, I don't understand, because I've seen videos of like fire coming from below ground in California. I've seen videos of people setting fires. Like, so I don't know where these came from.
They're just popping up at random because now you got what wind gusts of 99 miles fucking
in
an hour picking up embers and throwing them across the whole goddamn state, apparently.
But where did the first one start from? That's what I don't understand. Like, I don't understand if it was from underground.
It was right off the coast northwest of LA.
It was between Pacific Palisades and Malibu.
Yeah, so I don't know if it was somebody, because I saw a video of somebody starting a fire, but I also saw a video of somebody of the ground coming up, which once again, you live in a desert. LA, that part of California is a fucking desert. They need to get water transported in so that way they can water their lawns.
Yeah. I mean, Arizona's the same way.
Yeah, but you still want to tell me that you want to live there? You're a fucking idiot. I'm sorry, James Woods and every single person who lives in California, because that's where you have to be. Sorry, you knew it. You knew what was going on. You knew it. There was warning signs for years that something was going to happen. That's like living around Yellowstone and just be like, well, it's 120 years since the last time it went up. I'm just going to just chance it. And then when your house goes on fire because Yellowstone goes ablaze and you're like, I can't believe my house. Yeah, you're part of the fucking problem. I'm sorry. I don't feel bad for a lot of these people. They knew where they lived. They knew what they had to do. So
I feel bad for the people who know better and are stuck there. I mean, our own fucking Jennifer's out there. You know, I don't put that on the fault of her because she's been raging the fuck out about California and all that, the dumb shit they fucking do. She knows. I don't put the fault on her. I put the fault on everybody else who's just like, hey, I'm just going to sit here and flop my dick in the wind in a pride parade, skating down the fucking road in front of all children. And
Did Jennifer live in North California or South? Like where?
I don't know, but
like
I didn't go that deep into it.
Like I'm hoping she doesn't live in that area because like I'll feel bad for saying it, but in the same token, it's like you know what your government is, and and that's the kind of person I am. Like I knew I lived in a shitty place in Jersey. And I was like, I'm fucking done. I'm out. I love my family. I love them to death. You know, no matter what we've gone through or whatnot, I'll feel bad. But like, I was like, I knew at a certain point, especially during COVID, like I was done. I can't do it anymore. Like, I'm sorry, guys. I love you all. And people who are just like, well,
Jennifer's down there with him. They're not that close to fires. Okay, cool.
Okay, good. But like I'm like I can see the writing on the wall and what's going on.
Yeah.
Like, and I can tell my family, hey guys, this is not a good place to live. Like, you don't understand. This is not a good place to be. And and you guys should move and get the fuck out of here. And everybody's like, well, family. I was like, yeah, family's
I'm sorry.
fine.
When you got Jews coming out of the sewers, it's time to go.
But it's 2025. You have a way to see. It's not like the 80s or 90s where like you had no way to see family. Everybody's on fucking Facebook. You could see what family's up to. You can FaceTime them and say hi and whatnot. And and yeah, it gets lonely and shit like that without family. But I would rather be lonely out here than face like they're talking about another mask mandates, and New York is is a state again, and I think Jersey is too, that they're going with mask mandates again.
Mm-hmm.
Like, how many times are you guys gonna be fooled by this? Fool me once, shame on me. Fool me twice.
Fool me once,
asshole.
shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on you.
I'm the fucking asshole. You know what
You
I mean?
just pulled a goddamn George Bush.
Fool me once, shame on me.
You can't kid a
Fool me
kidder.
twice, shame on somebody. Throw a shoe at me.
Fool me twice. You can't kid a kidder.
But yeah, no, like what to expect from.
I want to find that.
from this nonsense. And I get it. Like, yeah. There's and then like we said the other day, they were talking about they stopped insuring houses a couple months ago. Mm-hmm. They pulled everybody's insurance about 4 months ago. James Wood said it. And it's like, if you don't see that that's a problem, once again, like, if you live in a flood zone like I did my entire life, and all of a sudden the insurance company's like, yeah, we're not going to insure you guys anymore because, you guys are putting in too many.
I found it.
Too many claims in. It's like, first of all, you knew where we lived. You agreed to insure us,
right?
But now you're coming at us for it because you knew what was going on.
You took all that. Hold on. You took all that money.
Yep.
You knew it was coming. You knew it was going to happen. You've been screaming about it for over a year from what it's been reported. And then all of a sudden it comes time and you're just like, holy shit, this is going to happen. Let me cancel everybody's insurance.
Yeah.
No. I mean, you're really at that kind of point in time. If it was me that happened to, I'd be like, maybe the CEO killer had a point.
Can you hear the TV? Is it too loud?
No.
Okay.
I hear the baby in your phone.
Okay.
But yeah. I mean, I get that argument now. With something like that, if that's the kind of thing, if that's what's happening, I understand. You took all that money, you did all that, knowing this was a problem, and then right before you cut and run and say fuck you. No, you just stole money from me.
Yeah.
Oh, we got another gifted sub from Tony Hay over here. Appreciate you, brother.
Thank you, Tony. I appreciate.
I don't know where that went. I can't tell where that went to. Maybe we can catch it in the back end. I'll see. But yeah. Ladies and gentlemen.
There's an old saying in Tennessee. I know it's in Texas, probably in Tennessee, that says, "Fool me once, shame on you. You fool me, we can't get fooled again."
Yeah, that was our fucking president too, ladies and gentlemen. Never forget that shit.
By the way, did you see did you see the eulogy today that Biden gave at Carter's funeral?
Oh, they get him awake enough to give one?
If you don't believe it was political, you're a fucking idiot.
Oh, hell yeah.
Like, character. It's not about the power you have. Shut up. Talk about Jimmy Carter. Talk about the experiences you had. It's not a time to be fucking talking about stupid shit like politics.
Yeah, that one. Hold up, Tony. Hey, that one actually did not go through then. I mean, it registered, but it did not hit anybody. I don't see anybody in the back end. Last one was on January 7th. I'm gonna email him about that. See what's going on. Any information you can pass along the way, dude, hit me up. Here, I'll just throw the email there.
But yeah, no, I like I want to feel bad because it's like I moved to Kansas and I knew there's tornadoes in Kansas and I knew there was a possibility of my house being relocated, but that's on me. You know what I mean? Like I understood that, but California has been a kindling forever, and they're just like, well, I'll live here. Who cares? Did the Hollywood? I saw a picture of the Hollywood sign on fire. Did the Hollywood sign go on fire?
No, that was AI.
Okay.
That was somebody just pulling that AI bullshit. If you actually watch the video, the fire looks all kinds of fucked up. No. But yeah.
Once again, and somebody said this conspiracy theory time. With all these people all of a sudden getting arrested, like P. Diddy, you think they just burned it all to the ground on purpose?
Like Maui?
Hmm.
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 Like 9/11. Hmm.
Hmm. Oh,
2
hey,
points.
didn't Sonny Halston buy up a couple of acres of farmland in Maui after the fire?
Hmm.
Hmm.
It's one of those things where it's just like, once again, like you think about it a little bit extra and you go, wait a minute, these people are being convicted of stuff, and all of a sudden certain celebrities' houses are being burned to the ground.
Right.
I wonder. I wonder.
Nah, you're just a conspiracy theorist.
Ugh.
But I want to hit up this. This, I guess, would be a conspiracy theory now. But, ladies and gentlemen, I got to hit this point. Like, there's a lot of talk about this. Is there any particular reason why we can't use ocean water to help put out the fires? I'm going to tell you. Yes, there is a particular reason. Long term, the salt.
Whale semen. What?
I don't know how that's a thing. Long term, salt would build up in the soil, and it would be like cancer to plants. Long term, you can use it right now. You could definitely go ahead and douse the shit out of everything. Create a fire line. You could do that, right? But you're not going to be able to do that for long. What happens when the next fire comes up? Are you going to do it again? Now you're going to kill the plants in your area. How is that Trump's fault when you're that fucking stupid because you had to do an emergency thing that, hey, it helped. Let's keep doing it. Because let's be honest, I love you to death, Jennifer. You can back me up. California would do that. And now somehow it's all Orange Man's fault because in 4 years you put out so many fires, you put so much salt all over the place that you've killed the fucking wildlife in any way, shape, or form. And it would be Trump's fault because he didn't give you money. You can do it right now. It wouldn't poison the ground if you did it right now. However, the further inland it is, the more it's going to kind of evaporate before it even actually does shit because you're not laying that much down unless you create that line beforehand. But with the winds moving that fucking fast, it's kind of hard to make a line unless you're just putting it around LA. You know, just douse the place around LA so they don't move into that shit. Cool. But you can't create a fire line in a distance like that with it moving so fast.
You want to fill those empty reservoirs up that he's diverting water from filling up that's used for stuff like this? Here's what you do. You take about half of that $70 billion that you collected under the bill for the water bond issue, and then
yeah, that's the problem too. The smelt fish at the fucking Delta.
You build yourself a huge ass fucking desalination plant on the coast. You pump it out of the ocean. You run it through pipelines and fill up the tanks and reservoirs. Run a pipeline to every reservoir. Run a pipeline to every tank. and you just make yourself fresh water to your little heart's content with that desalination tank, and you pipe it into those areas. You know what? I watch 15 or 16 people on a daily basis on my YouTube channels that have boats, and what do they put in their boats? Because you can't trust the fucking water everywhere in the world you sail to. A water maker that takes seawater and turns it to fresh water. You can build a desalination plant and use it to make fresh water to fill those things up.
But you don't understand.
It's
If
the
they did,
it's
if
the
they
little
did
fish
that,
at the Delta River,
but
or
if they
at the
did
Delta that
that,
does it.
they did that. That the $100 billion that Gavin Newsom has put California into the deficit. That he couldn't use it on anything else. Like, he'd actually have to use the money that he took from the taxpayers to actually do something. But no, the $100 billion that he's put California into debt, he has other plans for it, like, giving it to people who, for homelessness, the $38 million that was used to give people
Billion.
salaries, $38 billion that was giving people salaries and everything like that. Like, so, yeah, no, in theory, it's a great plan. But in actual, what about the billions of dollars that he got from the government to do the railway system that never came to fruition? What about?
No. Now, give them credit. It kind of came to fruition. They built about 400 yards of it out in the middle of nowhere, and then stopped.
And then now it's on fire.
Look,
By the way-
let's not forget the $250 million for a single stall goddamn bathroom. Okay.
By the way, I like how. Why is it that when why is it that when the last hurricane that went through North Carolina and the fires that went through Hawaii, the president only gave a certain amount of money, but it's being reported that California will be reimbursed 100% of what they lost for the next 180 days. California will be reimbursed for everything that was lost 100% from the federal government in the next 180 days. Yet North Carolina and the Appalachians,
What, they got $700 or something?
no, California's getting everything.
No, I'm talking about North Carolina's getting like $750.
They got
fucking Maui.
$750.
No. They announced that they were eligible for $700, but they had to apply for it. So these people applied for it, and they went, no.
Yeah. Yet California is being reimbursed 100%.
Yep.
I wonder why. I wonder fucking why.
We all know why, ladies and gentlemen. Throwing the link there in YouTube. We are at that mark. We got 2 more stories for you. This next one's going to be a real weird and funny situation. But it is kind of interesting. Apparently, an Ohio cop claims sheriff agencies spread explicit pics of her while her children were being taken from her because she left them in the arms of a registered sex offender. You got the link.
Wait, back up.
Arms of an angel.
Wait, back up.
Far away.
A female police officer left her children with a registered sex offender. Has this woman, in her capacity as a police officer, ever heard of, I don't know, NCIC?
Well, we're about to find out. Ladies and gentlemen, you got 3 minutes.
You're never gonna make it, you're not good enough. There's a million other people with the same stuff. You really think you're different? Man, you must be kidding. Think you're gonna hit it, but you just don't get it. It's impossible, it's not probable, you're irresponsible. Too many obstacles, you gotta stop it, yo. You gotta take it slow, you can't be a pro. Don't waste your time no more. Who the fuck are you to tell me what to do? I don't give a damn if you say you disapprove. I'm gonna make my move, I'm gonna make it soon. And I'll do it cause it's what I wanna fucking do. Cause all these opinions and all these positions, they come in millions, they blocking your vision. But no, you can't listen, that shit is all fiction. Cause you hold the power as long as you're driven.
There's no way that you make it. And maybe you could fake it, but you're never gonna make it. Aren't you just gonna take that? Make them take it all back. Don't tell me you believe that. Aren't you just gonna take that? Or will you fucking fight back? Fucking fight back.
You ain't gonna make it, you ain't never ever gonna break it. You can never beat them and they're better than you face it. Thinking that they give a damn, you're not thinking straight, kid. No, they don't give a damn, you got what I'm saying? I'm not fucking playing, I'll give it to you straight, man. There's too many others and you're not that great, man. Stop what you're saying, stop what you're making. Everybody here knows that you just faking. Nah, I don't wanna hear it anymore, I don't wanna hear it anymore. All these fucking thoughts, they are not what I need anymore. I'm about to shut the motherfucking door on all you poor ass haters with your heads in the clouds. Talking out loud so proud, you better shut your goddamn mouth before I do more speak out. It's about to head south.
Never gonna make it. There's no way that you make it. And maybe you could fake it, but you're never gonna make it. Aren't you just gonna take that? Make them take it all back. Don't tell me you believe that. Aren't you just gonna take that? Or will you fucking fight back? Fight back.
Deputies tell her they've been investigating claims she left her child alone with a registered sex offender.
Temporary custody.
They're gonna take custody of my kid?
Yes.
For what?
We'll explain all that to you as we go.
Now, I'm going to give it
more to that than what I originally was thinking.
Yes, there is. I'm going to give it full context. As a matter of fact, we're going to watch the body camera footage. I found it. But let's go back to the beginning of the story here and bring it up for you guys. Oh, wrong one. There we go. An Ohio police officer has accused sheriff's office of wrongly taking her young child from her and then spreading private, explicit images of her from her cell phone as she was slapped with a criminal charge that was later dropped, according to bombshell lawsuit filing last week. Witana Village cop Miranda Brothers, a single mother, lodged the lawsuit last Tuesday against the Portage County Sheriff's Office a year after her life was turned upside down in what she claims was a stunning abuse of power. The trouble for brothers began on January 1st of 2024 when sheriffs investigated January 1st of 2024. Shit. When sheriff's investigators pulled her over and removed her then 5-year-old child from her car, accusing the mom of leaving the child alone with a registered sex offender, according to the lawsuit. You're going to take custody of my kid for what? The child was placed in foster care, and Brothers was charged with child endangerment. The complaint reportedly alleges Brothers allowed the sex offender to spend extended periods, meaning multiple, of time alone with her son. But the lawsuit claims the allegations were unfounded, and the sheriff's office had no evidence to charge her with the crime. Although she was charged with leaving the child alone with a registered sex offender, each of the officers that testified stated that they never saw any contact with the registered sex offender. Her lawyer, Eric Fink, told WIWO, which also posted the legal documents online. The charge was reportedly dismissed over the summer. Brothers was initially suspended from work during her legal turmoil, but returned to duty after the case was dropped, the station reported. We're trying to figure out, quote, we are trying to figure out what it is or what caused them to initiate this operation against her in the first place and why they treated her so differently from any other parent in a similar situation, Fink added. Mantua is a village of about 1,000 people in Portage County. As part of the investigation, the sheriff's office confiscated her phone, and while an unnamed detective combed over its contents, he found private digital images that were then shared within the department and potentially further, according to the legal action. The suit causes the alleged conduct so extreme and outrageous that it went beyond all possible bounds of decency and intolerable in civilized society. I actually fucking agree. I actually do agree. Things like that. Now, it is 100% incredibly fucking stupid of this woman to take pictures of herself and leave them on her fucking phone. It's 100% stupid. Ladies, don't fucking do it. But, goddamn, man. To have those pictures just posted everywhere, and let's be honest, she's a good looking woman. You know, people are going to go hunt that shit down now. Yeah. I understand. I understand her claim. But I want to go ahead and hit this up. Let's see what we got going on, because this was the actual traffic stop where they took her children away from her.
Yes. For what?
We will explain all that to you as we go.
That was Miranda Brothers, a police officer, when she was pulled over in Ohio a year ago.
Oh,
She was
shit.
later
No, wait.
accused-
This is not the actual footage? Okay, this is their reporting of it. Damn it. Did I not have that? Let me see if I can find that link while this goes.
And it involves Sebastian.
Okay.
Okay, no big secret.
Okay.
That has spilled over.
Okay.
Okay. We've been dealing with the prosecutor.
Okay.
Okay. We need to talk to you.
Okay.
And Job and Family Services is going to. Okay.
They're gonna take custody of my kid?
Yes.
For what?
We will explain all that to you as we go. Okay. I'm just letting you know where we're at and what we're doing. Okay. And we're going to get things figured out as best we can for you. Okay. So.
What the heck?
Take a minute, digest. Okay.
What did you're gonna take custody of my kid because of him?
Now, Miranda Brothers, as you can see, is clearly shocked. Her 5-year-old son is in the car, and detectives tell her no matter what they discuss, she is going home.
All right. We got a couple more people coming. We'll get things taken care of. And we're going to do this. Listen, okay? What I want to do right now, okay, is I can't minimize anything for you right now, but I want to minimize everything I can for Alex, okay? So work with us on that one, darling, and we'll go from there, okay? All right. You say there's a dog, too? Is he going to bite my head off?
No.
Okay.
How long
do I have to go without him?
That's not up to me, but we're going to do what we can, okay? But I'm going to tell you one thing, okay? That you working with us is not going to hurt you. You know what I'm saying? Okay.
Do you have your cell phone? Where's it at?
Right here.
Okay. So, let me see what I'm doing. So, this search warrant for your cell phone, okay?
I have my chief on the phone, so I can hang up.
Okay, hang up.
I have to go. They have a search warrant for my phone. They have a search warrant for my phone.
So the detectives have a warrant for Brother's cell phone. She turns it over, and what she says next will become important later.
So you guys are the ones sitting outside the apartment today when I went to look because I saw you guys, and then I went to pull up next to you, and you guys.
I can't hear what she's saying there.
I am not going to lie to you. Yes, that was me saying.
Okay, that's what I thought.
Okay. I'm a really crappy liar, Miranda, so I don't do it. Okay.
Oh, that's bullshit. You're a fucking cop.
She's a cop too. She ought to
I
know
want to
better
tell
than
you about
you when
Upside.
you
It's
say
a
that.
free app that gets you cash back on things like gas, groceries, and restaurants. This is real cash back. It's money that appears in your Upside app that you can transfer straight into your bank account. I've used Upside at Dunkin' Donuts when I needed a cup of tea. I claimed an offer
All right.
at Dunkin' on the app, paid as usual, and followed the
Fuck off.
promo code CrimeFix for extra cash back.
Promo code go fuck
The
yourself.
detective already told Brothers that he didn't want to be there. Then two of the detectives start discussing how this whole thing started.
Has she been told anything other than kids being removed? Or?
I told her that, we're investigating Sebastian.
Yeah.
And she goes, okay. And I said, based on that, we've been working with the prosecutor, and the prosecutor said we're removing.
Good. Okay, I want to make sure she understood this isn't anything else.
And we're going to go.
We'll reiterate that. Yeah.
Here we go. Yeah, this is what I was looking for.
I mean, it is, but it isn't. This wasn't our idea.
No, we started the investigation, but
So you heard the detectives say that they started the investigation, but it wasn't their idea. The deputies eventually go back to Miranda Brothers, who's sobbing, and she was worried about whether she'll ever get her son back.
He has a dad, and they're not going to give him there, are they?
I'm sorry, what?
The dad is here, that are they going to give him to him?
He has no custody rights to him, no. No. Okay.
They'll never get him back from
Okay.
him.
Okay. Here's what. Okay. Like I said, obviously we want to talk. Right now, I have an issue putting you behind the wheel of a car.
I'm fine.
Okay, well, listen to me. Listen to me. Okay. Okay. We want to get down to the station right now. Okay. If the dog will be all right for a little bit in the car, let's have somebody drive you down to the office. Okay. We'll get things taken care of and we'll go from there. Is that okay? Because like I said, I'm concerned for you right now. Can you drive her down? Okay. No, drive her car down.
Honestly, reading this shit, I think Rhonda would fucking love this case.
Miranda, before you go inside, you don't have any guns or anything in the car? Okay, I'm not gonna look. I'm not.
I don't care if you do.
Okay.
Miranda Brothers sobs as social workers plan to take her son from her.
Is it this black suitcase?
There you go, Rhonda. Check that one out. They got the link to the documents and all.
Miranda, is it the black suitcase?
Yeah, and his coat's right here.
She said his coat. His coat.
I bet you it is. Grab that blanket too.
Now, Miranda Brothers is an officer with the Manaway Police Department, and she was later charged with a misdemeanor count of endangering children for allegedly leaving her son with a sex offender. Detectives wrote,
Now, well, we can
Juvenile
continue a
A
little
has
more.
been observed being watched by the offender alone without any other adult supervision. It is believed that Brothers allows the offender to spend extended periods of time along with juvenile A. The prosecutor asked to dismiss this case in July, claiming a witness wasn't available because of a medical issue, and the judge granted the motion. Now Miranda Brothers is suing, and she claims the state never had any evidence to begin with. The suit states, as part of the investigation, the Portage County Sheriff's Office deployed at least 2 detectives to observe plaintiff Brothers and/or juvenile A on December 7th, 2023 in the village of Manaway, Ohio. Detective Hannah has testified that on December 7th, 2023, Detective Hannah did observe juvenile A have minimal contact with a registered sex offender. This contact consisted of a registered sex offender following juvenile A outside and zipping up juvenile A's coat. The suit continues. Detective Hannah has testified that on December 7th, 2023, Detective Hannah observed other adults supervising either juvenile A or the registered sex offender. Had Detective Hannah observed any behavior on December 7th, 2023 that would cause him to conclude that juvenile A was endangered, he would have taken steps to remove the child immediately. Miranda Brothers' attorney told a Cleveland TV station that she met her son's babysitter at a restaurant, and that restaurant was owned by this registered sex offender. The suit also makes claims about the search of Miranda Brothers' cell phone that are pretty explosive. As a result of the forensic search, members...
Hold up. You're going to sit there and tell me that your whole tie to this is she met the babysitter at the restaurant that is owned by the registered sex offender. Is that what I just heard?
Yep. That's what you just heard.
Members of the Portage County Sheriff's Office came into contact with private digital images of plaintiff Brothers, including Detective John Doe. Despite knowing that the digital images were not relevant to any criminal charge, Detective John Doe shared and/or disseminated these digital images within the Portage County Sheriff's Office and potentially further. The Portage County Sheriff's Office's conduct of observing, sharing, and/or disseminating the private digital images of plaintiff Brothers was so extreme and outrageous that it went beyond all possible bounds of decency and is intolerable in a civilized community. The suit goes on to say the Portage County Sheriff's Office's conduct caused psychological injury to plaintiff Brothers. Miranda Brothers' lawsuit makes several claims, including malicious prosecution, intentional infliction of emotional distress, and a number of constitutional law violations. She also says she lost income because of the misdemeanor charge. The suit says, as a result of the removal of juvenile A and/or the criminal prosecution for endangering children.
But, however, let me go back to that. It wasn't the fact that the babysitter. Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay.
It wasn't the fact that the babysitter was the registered sex offender. She met the babysitter at the restaurant owned by the registered sex offender, and that's how she put the child in danger. Had nothing to do with the babysitter being a registered sex offender. They weren't.
Plaintiff Brothers was prohibited from accepting overtime/off-duty details as a police officer for the village of Manaway. Portage County Sheriff Zukowski was informed of the actions of his detectives and supported their actions. I want to bring in Fanon Rucker. He is a lawyer with the Cockrum firm out of Ohio, and he's also a retired municipal court judge. So, Fanon, I'm wondering what you are thinking about this lawsuit, because I thought of you the minute I read through it.
She thought about cock as soon as she heard
I
it.
watched the video. I read the lawsuit. Lawsuits are so technical, but the experiences that we have as citizens are practical. And the practical reality of what happened to this citizen, this police officer, this mother, is pretty disheartening. It's pretty depressing. I can't imagine, as a father and a grandfather, being in the position of having these law enforcement officers surround you and taking your phone and charging you with crimes that could destroy your reputation and your career. I mean, it's a tough set of facts, and the lawsuit is, drafted to address that tough set of facts.
I find it just kind of wild that she is claiming they had no evidence. She was apparently, according to her lawyer, he talked to a TV station in Cleveland. I reached out to him. He has not gotten back to me yet at the time of this recording. He said that she would go to this restaurant, this sub shop, and it appears that they had some events there with the police department in the past where they were collecting toys for kids and stuff like that. She would drop her child off there, meet the babysitter there. This was like a rendezvous spot. And they're saying the police are saying they saw this registered sex offender who apparently owns the sub shop zipping up the kid's coat or something like that. And they said, we believe in their probable cause statement, we believe that the child spends extended periods of time with this guy.
People need to just
They
mind
said,
their
"We
own
believe,"
fucking
but they
business.
didn't
I'm not gonna
really
lie.
have anything more to back that up.
Yeah, they
It just
definitely
sounds
do.
very strange. I mean, she's a police officer. It doesn't mean that she can't commit a crime, but just the basis for the charge. What are you thinking about that? They charged her with a misdemeanor for child endangering, and the charge was later dropped.
Oh shit, we're still on YouTube.
So
Fuck.
when we talk about malicious prosecution.